Alrighty, today we're going to try something just slightly different. I'm going to, hi by the way. I'm going to just kind of go through a string change real quick just to show you how I do it. May not be right, may not be perfect, but hey, that's how I do it. I've been doing it for 30 some years now. So, yeah, going through. And you know, when I edit these stuff together, when there's clips and stuff, I don't like cut anything because I'm doing this on a phone and that's all I got right now. So yeah, so you're just gonna see the raw footage. So here we go. All right, so before we get started with the actual meat of the work and stuff like that, I'm just gonna point out that we're doing this with a, it is a Taylor. Oh look, there's reflection of my phone. It is a Taylor. You can't read that. It's a 614 CE, 2007. It's in a Honeyburst. Got this from my buddy Brent. From, not for, he paid for it and he just sent it to me. But yep, pretty inlays. It's not as clean as it could be, but hey, that's why I'm doing some stuff to it. So actually I forgot to bring something to wipe it down, but yeah, this is what I'm going to be changing it today. You can do this way for electrics too, the way I'm stringing it. It just so happens that's what I'm doing. And as far as what I'm putting on it, I'll just go ahead and set these right here. It's going to look upside down until I flip this over, but I'm putting D'Addario 8020 bronze, EJ 10s, 10 to 47. I use really light gauge strings because there's no use in hurting yourself for barely noticeable improvement in tone. So I just put 10s on it and I'm fine with it. Intonation's fine, so yeah. All right, I'm gonna set up the camera and get started with the work now. Okay, first things first. The camera wants to call this upside down, but yeah, whatever. First things first is we're gonna get the strings off. I am not bothered by I don't like to cut strings. I am bothered by it. So I'm just gonna loosen them with the string winder. It's pretty simple. I do this the same every time. Oh, hear that? Yep. So sometimes the string winder wants to grab in a different way. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to rest the neck on, so I might grab another blanket because I'm working on the floor here. But see, I just loosen it until I can pull the strings. I don't clip them off. That bugs me. I used to do it. I used to be, well, actually, I might still be a little bit anal about how I put these on, because I don't know. You'll see. I'll explain it later. Oops. Somebody has pulled up. So yeah. I'm going to get these off of here in the easy way. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I had to take a short stop there for a second because Brother Joe showed up and I wanted to make sure that he knew I was in here filming. But I figured I would film that last string because if I didn't, some people might be as triggered as I would if suddenly I did all the strings and then they were all gone. So, all right, give me just a second to set up another shot. Okay, now what I've done here, just to, for the purpose of being a completist here, is I flip the guitar around. So I'll have to remember later on. Oh, look, there's the light. Okay. Basically what I wanted to show you is how to get these bridge pins out. This is my string winder. It's a D'Addario, apparently. I got one of those. Hey, let's flip it around. So it looks fine to me. There we go. So it's a D'Addario. It's not one of the ones that cuts because I don't need that. But what you do on this end, you put the round part, then you kind of, well, maybe I can mess it up. There we go. See, and I like to line up my bridge pins. Oops. This is just not working very well. There we go. It's me. It's not the guitar. I like to line up my bridge pins when I take them out, so that when I put them back, put the strings back on, put the bridge pins back in place, I put them in the same order that I took them out. But see, this little tool here, even if I'm not using it perfectly correctly, it's a lot better than just like trying to use pliers, and because I've chewed up some plastic ones before. These are not plastic. These are actually like rosewood, it looks like. Could be rosewood, could be ebony, but it looks like rosewood, and they have abalone in the ends. And then, you know, once you get the bridge pins out, all the strings just come through and everything's pretty. And what I like to do with the strings is I'll just wrap them through a couple times and make it to where they're a nice little bundle. These were dead. That's why I'm changing them. They're dead. They're dirty. Some people will boil them. Some people will put them in denatured alcohol overnight. Most people just get rid of them and replace them with new ones. So, all right, I'm gonna set up another shot. All right, so unfortunately, I did not bring my rag and my lemon oil, so I'm not gonna be able to properly wipe. I was gonna properly wipe down the fingerboard, and I just having a rag, it's nice to, or paper towels, it's nice to kind of get the dust and bits of powdered skin that always end up on a guitar when you play it. But real quick, the reason why I like D'Addario strings, this is not a commercial, though it would be nice if they would send me stuff. The reason why I like them is because one, they're cheap. Two, they're color coded. So if I had an 8-string acoustic here, it would be purple and copper, but these are gonna start brass for the low E. So brass, red, black, green, purple, silver. And that way I don't lose track, because sometimes these two look like they're about the same size. It's hard to tell. I can't see very well because I'm old. But yeah, so I'm gonna open these up and then I'll show you what I do on the bridge here. Okay. So here we have, this is where my weird get triggered stuff. This is the black and the green. This is the D and the G strings. For some odd reason, and I mean, it's not gonna matter right now just because of what I'm doing, but for some odd reason, when I do the strings and when I put them on, I put them in the middle. I start in the middle and work toward the outside. And the reason that I do that is because I got this idea when I first started that string tension needed to be applied to the bridge evenly. So I've always done this. I start in the middle. Now right now I'm not gonna actually, I'm just doing setup for putting them in. So I put the strings in place and I kind of put the bridge pins in place and I pull up on the strings to make sure that they're, you know, the pins aren't gonna pop out. I don't do it that hard because I don't want to damage the strings. But then I do the thicker strings. And I do this when I'm putting them, you know, when I'm putting them, actually putting them on too. So let's see, what's the colors again? All right, low E brass. Now you notice I kind of want to put the end of it to where it's, I guess, this direction, so the hole's pointing up when I put this in. And I actually push it down with the bridge pin, have the bridge pin in place. And I will do the same thing with all the strings. And that way, it's like the strings are, to me, I don't know if this is true, but the strings are going to be less likely to pull out the bridge pins. And I'm just staging right now. I'm staging for putting them on the rest of the way. What's the colors again? All right, purple and then silver on the other side. So, okay, got these three on this side, got that one on that side. We'll go purple here. Can you see? I hope you can see. I'm looking at the camera, but I also got to look at what I'm doing. That's not aligning like a, there we go, good. Now usually when I'm doing this at home, because I'm not at home right now, I don't film at home because our house is a mess. I film at family's house because they have nicer houses. Usually when I'm home, I'm doing this sitting in my recliner. I don't have a surface. Everything's on my lap, and I make a huge. It's much less organized than this. But see, I've got 3 strings on this. I mean, I still organize it this way when I put them on, but I got 3 strings going on the side of the neck they're supposed to be, and these 3 strings are going on the other side of the neck where they're supposed to be. I'm going to set up another shot, and then we'll see what I do on the headstock. Okay then, here's where the fun starts. The fun really starts here. So I'm going to start with the D string. Standard tuning, it would be a D string. Now, I usually want to wind it just a little bit. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of pushing the string. I kind of want to show what I'm doing on the bridge here too, because what I do is I look and see how much is coming up off the bridge to determine, because I don't cut these strings before I put them on. So to determine how many turns I want, what I'm going to do here is let me just see. See if I can get a little bit more of the guitar in view here. I can't get the headstock and the bridge at the same time. That kind of sucks. Here, hold on a second. I'm going to set up a different shot. Let's try this again. So I've set up a different shot so that we can see like the whole guitar, or as much of the whole guitar as we can here. I'm going to move it just a tad. There we go. So this way you can see the headstock, and you can sort of see what I'm doing on the bridge here. If you can see the strings down the bridge, you'll notice that I've got the string in the slot, and down at the bridge, I've got a little arc right there. I'm actually going to put the string through the tuning peg. I like to straighten them out. You don't have to do that. You can do that however you want. This is just, like I said, it's how I do it. But see, I've got an arc on the string. And that way, where's my string winder? Oh, there it is. Okay, so got a lot of an arc on the string right now. It's a little bit of an arc on the string because I don't want too many wraps around the headstock. I just want enough to where it'll hold itself in place. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. The next strings I'm going to focus on the headstock. But see, I've got the string. It's going over. Like, well, the end that's sticking out is going over the wraps. I don't put one on one side, one on the other. It looks like I have about a wrap and a half around there. I've found that that's enough. So, all right, I'm gonna set up another shot. All right, I'm just gonna focus on the headstock. We don't have to worry about the bridge anymore. I just wanted to show you how to do that. I do the D-string first, and you know what? I don't need to leave anything sticking out here, so I'm gonna trim it. These are really good trimmers. I think they're Music Nomad. I can't remember. I got them at Pied Piper. They were nice. I paid too much for them. But now I'm going to do this G string. And this way you can see I'm going to do a little bit better. So enough of an arc to matter. I'll let it, basically it comes out of the bridge and hangs about 1.5 inches off the surface of, like off the top. And then, oh, wrong way. There is a wrong way and a right way to wind the strings. If you're a beginner, people will know if you wind the strings the wrong way. But you see, I've got this going over the top. And if it goes around again, which some of these smaller strings will go around again, I make sure that it does that. I want to make sure that there's enough of a break angle this way between the nut and the thing that it's not going to pop out. It doesn't matter what you tune these to. This one's probably low. You know what I did? I'm an idiot. Okay, hold on a second. No, I gotta say it before I switch. I just put the D string on the G string post. And I just put the G string on the D string post. So I'm gonna have to take these off and switch them. Yeah, okay. It's haha. I could have just pretended that didn't happen, but that was too funny not to include it. So yeah, I switched them. I got them in the right places now. It's funny because I was sitting there saying, if you're a beginner and you run the one in the wrong way, people will notice. But then I put them in the wrong places, and that people would have noticed that too. So yeah, clipped them. It'd be funny if I had the excuse that I was high, but I don't get high anymore. It's bad for me. So yeah, but still working my way from the middle here. Yeah, I think I got enough. And see, I just allow the string end to go over the top as the winds come, and just get maybe a couple winds on there. On my fenders with the 6-in line. I'm not bringing them up to pitch, by the way. On my fenders with the 6-in line, the last 2 times I have changed the strings, and you notice I leave a little tiny bit. Some people will clip it all the way there, but if I'd have done that, I would have had to get a whole new set of strings because I messed it up. But what I was saying though is some people, no, what was I saying? Oh, I was saying on my fenders, every time I've changed strings the last couple times, I have ended up, I'm moving this blanket here, I have ended up just putting way too many wraps on the low E. It's been like every time. And it's just because with the 6N line, I just don't line it up right for some reason. But it does not take long to change strings. Even if, well, especially if you don't mess up, but even if you do mess up, it doesn't take long. Now here's a little trick. You see how this string is coming out of this, and it's not tight yet, but what I do, since I've got another string there, I will put this one underneath. Then, and these little strings get more wraps every time. But I put that underneath, and that way, when I do this part, the loose end is already over top. And the other string kind of holds it in place. Now, you can do other stuff. Sometimes it's like I used to hold a little bit of tension on this, on like down here, on the other end of the string. I used to hold a little bit of tension to make sure that the bridge pin was not going to move. But lately, I haven't run into any problems with it. Let's wrap it some more. Lovely sounding, isn't it? Like I said, tuning is not the concern at this point. The concern is getting the strings on. And I just want to say, even though I still do it this way from the middle out, it does not make a difference. I thought, when I was starting off, I seriously thought that string tension needed to be applied evenly on the neck at all times. So that's why I started doing it from the middle out. Let's do what I was just talking about here. Oh, I can't get it under there. Oh, not yet. Okay. But yeah, when I thought that, I thought string tension needed to be applied evenly, and if you didn't, then the neck would just pull out of place. That is not the case. See, I've got one wrap underneath this here. It's about a wrap and a half, basically. And that's tight enough. Let's make sure the bridge pins are doing that. That's tight enough. I mean, if it's making a note like that, then it's tight enough to say the string is on. And clip it. And I'm going to do this last one here. And I'm not going to piss off the OCDs. People like me that mildly OCD, like actual obsessive compulsive disorder, is much worse than what I do, but well, yeah, I'm ADHD, so I still have a certain thought process that goes into this stuff. It's kind of like OCD, but it ain't. Anyway, what I was getting at was that if I did 5 strings on camera and didn't do the 6th string on camera, other people like me would get triggered and pissed off. So I'm gonna do this. That's funny. I just noticed I still have a bruise on my arm from the last doctor's appointment. They always take blood when I go to the doctor. That's what happens when you get old. They take your blood and they make you fast and take your blood and then all that crap. So now, here's my thing. Now that I have the strings on, they ain't in tune. But what I do, oh, is the battery dead? Oh, man. Oh, no, the battery's not completely dead. You just can barely see it. can see it better than I can on camera. That's funny. I should have changed my battery, but actually I didn't know where my tuner was. I was going to be doing this without a tuner. And what I do is I just tune it up to pitch. And it doesn't matter, I mean, I do tune it up to pitch, but it doesn't matter if you get it perfect, because what happens now you will see in just a moment once I set up a new camera angle. And you notice at this stage, I don't do the string wires thing. Now, it's already going to be out of tune. You see, it says D sharp now. So I'm going to set up a new camera angle so you can see exactly the way that I do this, because this is the fun part, actually. Here we go. This is where the fun begins. So what we have here, I got the strings. They were just brought up to pitch. I'm going to bring them up to pitch again, just because it's been long enough and they've all pulled a little bit flat from being fresh. Okay, so they're still a little, see, we've got new strings in a tone, but no, I'm pulling these strings. I'm not pulling them hard, I'm not yanking or like, it's like I'm giving them a good bit of tension, stretching all the way up and down. This way, because they always stretch a little bit. So now, see, it's down to almost a full step stretching. Some of them aren't as... Is this one? Yeah, it doesn't matter. So yeah, and then I tune it back up to pitch. That one went like a whole step down. It went from E to a D. So this one's gonna stretch, and there's other ways that you can do this. 12, 7, 3. Bend them up. Just bend the hell out of them. 12, 7, 3. Next string. 12, 7, 3. And of course, with the lower 3 strings, you bend the other way. So 12, 7, 3. And I am really pulling on these things. 12. Wait, let's do it again. Now let's have a look. Once again, there was over a half step flat. That A string is not stretching that much. Bring it back up to pitch. Do it again. You can use a pick if you want. You can bend up here if you want. You can pull them more if you want, like that. I mean, there's always going to be a little bit of stretching to do. See, now that's not even a half step flat. They've pretty much gone to where they're gonna go. So I tuned it up to pitch one more time. God, the tuner makes this so much easier. So that G string didn't change pitch. If you don't have a tuner, then it really sucks. Now, just to make it loud, no, I got one in here. There we go. Mirio. Now let's check under, actually a little sharp. Oops. I'm not a lead guitar player. I was supposed to be playing an A anyways, and I started playing an E. Yeah. But I'm just... So, check your tuning again. Basically, you play. It stays. It's up to pitch, and it didn't pull out of tune after that kind of playing. Strike. So yeah, that's it. I just changed the strings on this basically in real time, except for no, the mistake counts. But yeah, I changed the strings. It's not hard. So yeah, it's a nice guitar too. Yeah, so I'm gonna make a couple more videos while I'm here and then release them later on. But in the meantime, Fat Guy needs some subscribers, guys. Have a good day.